Hello, you all. I am back again. I'm going to be doing the black dog. The term the black dog often means depression, and it's depression with sadness and a lack of energy or motivation. I think it did originate from that memoir. I think it's called In the Jaws of the Black Dog, and it's about depression. I also want to state something about black dogs. Black dogs are the least adopted dogs that are in shelters, and I find that so sad and ridiculous that they're often overlooked. It is fact that black dogs and black cats often wait 4 times longer than all the animals in the shelters to get adopted. I also wanted to thank you all. Thank Taylor, because I think it's ever since I promoted my book a little bit on what's on the Chloe or Sam or Marcus or Sophia video. People have been sharing so many like devastating, or even say like things that they've gone through loving an addict. I've noticed that because I check from time to time that in different categories on Amazon, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see where you're ranked. And I know that the ranking's been getting better, and I truly think it's because of you all. And I think that's affected it coming out in Spanish, which is I think going to be next month or July. I'm very grateful, like super, super grateful. I care about you all so much, and just the way that you support me, it really means so much, the care and concern. You know, most days I don't read the negative comments that I get, and I am very grateful because I don't think I get a ton, but this one man came in on me viciously. Usually I'd be like, why don't you go mind your own business and live your life instead of writing things on the internet that to someone that you don't know like me. However, just one little snippet that he said stung really bad, and I just had a moment and I shared it with you all, and just the love that you showed me, it healed me. It went away. I almost took it down again that I shared it, because I'm like, I don't want to give any of that stuff energy anymore, because you know I do believe in that and I want to keep it positive. Speaking of keeping it positive, I realized that I didn't share on the last video whenever I talked about my mom's car getting stolen and then getting set on fire. And some people have reacted as if that was like a horrific omen. And I truly feel like everything happens for a reason. I didn't used to feel that way, but I do now. And I think that every time something bad happens to us, it's like, what does it mean? I really think that something mechanical could have been wrong with the car, and something crazy and insane had to happen like that to keep, you know, my mom from getting in it and something happening. You just never know. So I don't know why I feel compelled to say that. Also, I love whenever I get free clothing, especially for videos, because I do so many of them and I want to like have a different look. But my Aunt Marcia, if she's watching, and my cousin Livy gave this to my mom. She brought it up here to me, and it's super comfy, so thank you. All right, let's get into it. The black dog.
I am someone who until recent events you shared your secrets with, and your location you forgot to turn it off. And so I watch as you walk into some bar called the Black Dog, and pierce new holes in my heart. You forgot to turn it off, and it hits me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the Black Dog. When someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming. Old habits die sweet.
Okay, so much there. Sometimes I don't understand the timing of the songs that I just feel compelled to react to, but not turning off the location. Story for another time. I have not run the dishwasher, have not cleaned my dishes, and so water tonight is in a wine glass. They shared all of their secrets with each other. They were safe, even so much so that they shared their location with each other, even though they're over. The person that she's speaking about forgot to turn off their location, so she can seriously watch every single place that he goes to. I hear in the what I believe is the chorus when she's saying old habits die screaming. My gut instinct is to jump to the old habits of like looking at the location, but I actually no. Everything in my being is saying no, that's not what it is. I think it's about him being careless, not considerate of her, and even realizing that they cared about each other so much that they shared each other's location. And he didn't even like think to turn it off. He didn't even think to turn it off. And I think that it's a symbol of how little he was considerate of her feelings to maybe, you know, do the right thing and turn it off, because it can be maddening, like just seeing where the person goes and what they're doing. And I just want the other person to just not take care of it for you, you know? But here he's walking, ironically, into the bar, the Black Dog, which is this really a bar? Like, let me look it up. All right, it is a bar. It's a bar in London. I'm sure they're getting a lot of publicity for this. So here she could just like sit there and watch where he's going and what he's doing, and that he's happy enough and in a position to even go to a bar, you know? And it sounds like he's there with a girl. It seems like she's just like trying to make sense. Like, how could he go about his life and go and have drinks in this bar and not be missing me? Like, how is this not hurting him? It says when someone plays the starting line. That's like that's an old band, I believe. It reminds me, it's like one of those bands that are American, I think, that sing kind of British. I don't know why. Oh, like Fall Out Boy. I only watched Jason Kelsey imitate a band. Like, I watched this clip, I just died laughing of him imitating like rockers singing, like the ones that sound like they're British, but they're American. And it's so good. I'm gonna try to find it and link it below so you all can watch it and know what I'm meaning by this. But she's saying, up because you're excited, because it's your song, or maybe a song that you sang with Taylor. The person that he's with doesn't get it because she's too young. And if you all know my history, being cheated on by a much younger woman, this is something that I feel very deeply. She's talking about this song and how it's intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming. That takes me back to a tapestry. It makes me think of Champagne Problems, saying old habits die screaming. I'm gonna keep listening to it, but I really do feel like she's insinuating his like carelessness.
Turn off your location.
Thank you.
I move through the world with a heart broken. My longings stay unspoken, and I may never open up the way I did for you. And all of those best laid plans, you said I needed a brave man, then proceeded to play him until I believed it too.
Okay, what? I gotta go back. She's basically saying, I'm not going to speak of how much I actually care and miss you. I think that she's at that point after a breakup where you truly don't think you're going to love again, where you believe that you're not going to open up yourself to anyone else the way that you did with that person you were just with. Saying that she needed a brave man and then acted like that. So that's really confusing. So he like played the part until she believed that that's what he was going to do. Really, that means that she was played a fool, right? Kind of makes me think of a coward claim that he was a lion. Well, LOML is like one of my favorite songs. I mean, to say, what a valiant roar, what a bland goodbye. I mean, just, it's just so good. It's so good. Okay, let me focus.
And it kills me.
It kills me when she sings in that register, and there's like such a sadness and a sweetness, softness to her voice that's just like, it almost feels as if it's painful for her to sing.
And it kills me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the shower and remember how my rain-soaked body was shaking. Do you hate me? Was it hazing for a cruel fraternity I pledged, and I still mean it?
shaking in the shower and implying to like hazing in a fraternity. Ooh. Makes me think of some of the hazing I would hear about, not just fraternities, but sororities and fraternities that would do things to sorority girls. Like one hazing thing that was really disturbing was where they would put them in the shower, and sometimes the girls would be in like their bra and underwear, and they would take like a black marker and circle around the areas they thought they like needed to get rid of to look better. That image just came to my mind, and it was just so cruel. And I remember like feeling sick to my stomach whenever I heard about that, because I used to work in college counseling centers, so I hear a lot about hazing and things like that. Interesting, like looking back on a relationship, you're like, what was the point of that? This is giving me the feel of abuse that she went through. And I say that because she is talking about a very vulnerable state, like shaking in the shower, being naked in a shower. And she's like, do you hate me? Was it hazing? You know, because sometimes the way that things play out, you're like, it was anything but love. When it comes to narcissistic abuse, there are dynamics that go on where you will literally be put through things because they want to see how far you will go to show your love. It's cruel. It's cruel to do to another human being. It's like, do I have to do all of these things? Do I need to be put through these things just so that it makes you feel better, so that you think that you can trust me more? But then once you do them and you jump through all of the hoops, then you're left, like, what are you left with? This also makes me think about Tolerate It, whenever she talks about like the man who threw blankets over my barbed wire. It was like her temple, her mural, her sky, all of those things. It makes me think about that song. Like, it's interesting that she's saying like a fraternity that she pledged to be a part of, because the music industry really is more heavy on male artists. You know, she has a song, The Man. I think that she's always felt as if she has to overcompensate, that just everything that she's done is not enough to be respected, because you know, she's wanting to join a fraternity. Her saying like, old habits die screaming, I feel as if it's like her not listening. One of my favorite songs, which I'm so excited for the Reputation album to come out at some point, is Did Something Bad. I love that song. And she starts out that song with, I never trusted narcissists, but they love me. So I play them like a violin and I make it look oh so easy. And so for every line they tell me, I tell them 3.
This is how the world works.
Clearly I'm obsessed. I cannot wait for that album to come out. If you've dealt with this before, like exactly what she's explaining here of like the type of hazing, that it is very reminiscent of narcissistic abuse. I think that, and I Did Something Bad, it's like she's trying to take the power back, but I think what she's realizing here is that this is a habit that she gets herself into with the people that maybe she chooses to date or do business with in some way.
6 weeks of breathing clean air, I still miss the smoke. Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? Now I wanna sell my house and set fire to all my clothes, and hire a priest to come and exorcise my demons. Even if I die and I hope you and I hope it's shitty in the black dog with someone who's starting line to jump up. She's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the tragic fabric of our dreaming. 'Cause tail between your legs, you're leaving. I still can't believe it, 'cause old habits die scream.
Oh, okay. Gotta listen to that again immediately, like right now. I have to hear it again to be able to properly react. But the end, like she ends in that voice, I just want to grab her and hug her and hold her for a very long time. I also have to admit that since learning more that some of these songs are about Maddie Healy, and I wasn't a fan before of 1975. Like I've been listening to the music recently, and I do actually like it. Yeah, I get the attraction, definitely, but I knew that he had a album that was called like Jokes in Another Language or something like that. So when she says like some kind of esoteric joke, like a joke that only they would know or a small group of people would know, or one that's like meant to be really hurtful, it makes me think of that. Definitely also getting Clean vibes, the song Clean. So she's speaking about it from 6 weeks out, which makes a lot of sense because like I said at the beginning of the video, I do feel like this is more of a recent breakup where you're still just kind of like reeling it in, still trying to make sense of it. So it does, I think, connect a lot to how did it end.
6 weeks of breathing clean air, I still miss the smoke. Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke?
6 weeks of clean air, you still want that like dirtiness, basically.
Joke. Now I wanna sell my house and set fire to all my clothes.
I actually highly recommend that when you're going through a breakup or something. Like, you know, I mean, I left states. I changed states going through my divorce. Set fire to all my clothes, sold a ton of my clothes. Ooh. This is so bizarre because I've been thinking about it lately. So my mom's car got stolen, set on fire. That's a car that I used to drive to New York all the time, you know, amidst the chaos when I needed my parents. I had an old pair that I bought a couple years ago of my favorite pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses because I have crazy sensitive eyes. And I put it on top of my car when I was getting my son like buckled in, and then got into the front seat and drove. I came back and I was like looking everywhere for those. And then whenever I couldn't find them, I was just like, oh well, maybe they needed to go. Because I still feel like every single thing that was once in my old home or reminded me of that person, like it needs to go. Out with the old and with the new. It just, I feel very much at peace with like not needing to get angry or need an explanation for like why things happen. Like, yeah, it's no fun that my sunglasses are gone. In all of my old videos, I always wore this specific type of, I got a gold chain that I got from a vintage shop. And I can't find that thing anywhere. I can't find this other necklace anywhere. It's as if like it just disappears for me. And what's funny is that I just got this necklace after I follow this woman called Nikki Marie. And I think her name on Instagram is Nikki Marie Inc. She's hilarious, single mom, just so funny. Highly recommend, but she always wore this necklace that I love, and it was linked in her profile, and it's a necklace that this actually says enjoy the shit that matters. So it's like a reminder, and I love that it was like this. And the company's called Air and Anchor, I believe, and this is specifically like a protection necklace. And obviously, you know, I have this one that's a protection crystal, so maybe letting go of all those things that I keep losing that I'm not even intending to lose means something. So now when she says I want to sell my house, set fire to all my clothes, I believe in purging. I believe in like cleaning out your closets, donating, get rid of stuff, start new. Ask people, like even my aunt and my cousin giving me this shirt, just like give me the new things. Give me the things. Give me the new things. Okay, let's keep going.
And hire a priest to come and exercise my demons. Even if I die scream.
I get that. Like when you've been exposed to something like so disturbing or dark or narcissistic abuse or pushed to the point where somebody's being so cruel to you, you feel like you're being hazed. You're like, this person must hate me. When that person had to have hated me to do what they did, you will feel like you were around a demon or a devil. Randomly, it came up on my feed the other day. There was a clip from this woman. She's like a psychic medium. I don't even know if she's alive anymore, but she was talking about dark entities. And it blew my mind. So somebody asked in the audience, like, how do you know someone is a dark entity? And her response just, it made total sense. She goes, they're never to blame for anything. They're always right. They're always perfect. And no matter what happens, it's your fault. People can say whatever they want, whether demons, dark entities are real or not. But by this definition, dark entities are real. We all know or aware of someone that fits that criteria. And I think that that's what she's saying here. She's like, I need a priest, I need something. If any of that's left on me, get rid of them. Whatever's attracting them to me, get rid of it. And I definitely went through this. I don't know how some people are going to feel about this. I feel like I'm going to get comments about it, but whatever. I definitely sage my home. I get Reiki. I do prayers. I do all of the things to protect myself. Necklaces, crystals, you know, it's just because unless you've gone through it, you don't know what you need to help you. And I think that's what she's saying. It was so dark that she needed the help. Okay, I know it might seem strange that I was like smiling and laughing and getting excited about it, but I just had this epiphany, like when she says like,
and I hope it's shitty.
And you have these experiences where that girl's too young, she doesn't get it. Just made me think of my second book that I believe will be coming out next year. You're gonna hear it. Those old habits that are dying screaming, the screaming, he's gonna hear. Because karma's gonna track you down, step by step, down to town. Okay, this one was amazing, you all. All right, I love you all.